Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. My name is Danish and I'm gonna show you how to create a table, alter column, drop column, and we're gonna see all these things. Let me walk you through all this process. So first of all, I'm going to create a brand new database and I'm gonna put my table in that brand new database. I have just two databases here, and let's create a brand new database. Create database, and then the name of the database, which is bookstores, and just execute this and refresh that. Sorry for that. Refresh, and as you can see, bookstores. I have a bookstores. Do you think once I created this database, does that mean I am in my database? No, of course not. I'm in bookstore database. So to change this, you can either use and then bookstores, or you can just come here and change this. But I don't use this. Just execute this, and right now I am in the database of the bookstores. So if you want to create a table, you need to first specify a schema name. If you don't use any schema, Microsoft SQL Server will do it on behalf of you, as you see here. So DBO is just a default schema name, so I don't want it to happen. I'm going to specify a brand new schema, create schema, and then let's say library. My schema will be library. So I execute it. So that way I can put my tables in the regular uh, schema, so which is library. So create table and library dot books. My table is gonna be books. So just open a parenthesis, and ID is gonna be my first column. Integer means it's gonna be x1, -1, -2, -3, and then of course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it goes on. So I'm going to specify my ID column primary key, because I want it to be set up uniquely. Primary key means this, primary key, and of course identity. I'm going to do it because I don't want to put my tables, put my ID just with my hand. I don't want to type it, because Microsoft SQL Server will do it just automatic on behalf of me. So identity one, in the parentheses 1 comma 1, means that my ID number will start from 1 and it will increment that by just 1. So that means just this. So then of course, type of book, and it's gonna be a varchar. Don't worry about those data types. I'm gonna show you all these things in the tutorial, in the next tutorials. I hope so. And if I keep publishing videos about SQL, and then name of book, and of course it's gonna be a varchar 255 and comma and pages, and let's say decimal, and 10 plus 10 comma 2. I'm gonna show you all this thing, don't worry right now, because I just want to stick to the schedule. And I'm going to create the table and drop it and alter column and pages, and then author. Of course we need to know author's name, and varchar 255 and then comma, and finally published at and data time. So then close the parentheses, and we have our table. Just execute this and refresh this. So see, library.books. This is my table. If you want to see your table, you can either use this, select top 100 rows, as you can see, or of course I'm using this here, this codes things, because I love it. Select Asterisk means I just want all these columns to show up. Select asterisk from library and dot and books, and execute this. As you can see, I don't have any row because I haven't inserted any row, so that's why it's empty. So let's say you want to change the name of the table, right? So it's really straightforward. If you want to do that, just execute, or just exec. It's a shortcut, exec, and just sp underscore rename, and then the name of the table, of course, library dot books, in the double quotes, and then you need to specify the table name that you want to change to. So you don't have to put your schema name, because Microsoft SQL Server is already knowing that you are in that schema name. And just I'm going to call it notebooks. I'm going to change it because I just want to show you how to change the database name. And of course you need to put here a comma, and you need to separate these two different tables with just comma, and just execute this. And don't worry about this, because in changing any part of an object name could break scripts and store procedure. It's okay. It's already done this successfully. Just refresh this. So library notebooks, as you can see, but I'm going to change it, and I'm going to replace it back. So just do it notebook and books, and execute this and refresh this again. And here, as you can see, we change the database name again. So let's say you want to just drop the table. It's really straightforward. Drop table, and then if exists syntax exists. Why I'm using if exists? Because when you just want to drop a table, and let's say this table doesn't exist in the database, and it's gonna see an error. That's why I use if exists syntax option, because I don't want to see any error. So it's all about this. So drop table if exists, and then the name of the schema, and then dot books. So commands completed successfully. Just refresh this and see I don't have any table. But I'm gonna create this again, because we're gonna see a couple of things here. And just I created this drop table if exists, and the schema name dot, of course, table's name. So come here, and we're going to alter table, and then add column. Let's say you want to add just brand new column, right? You just missed a column, and alter table, and then just say alter table, and then library dot books. And after that, you need to specify, of course, a column name. But before that, you need to say, let's say you want to add a column, right? And you need to say add. And after that, and just type a brand new column. Let's say you just want to add a city that author has been born in. So you can say just city and varchar and 255, and let's say a not null, and you don't want to see any empty row, because um, you just want to see all the cities that authors have been born. So not null, and then comma, and I just want to let's say you want to put another comma place, or let's say how many books uh, the author has published before, and books before, I don't know. And then, of course, let's say integer. And once you emphasize it, because if you don't do this, it's gonna run all this code and syntax and execute this. and just see what's going on and refresh this and see I have my database and also my schema and my table, and select top 1000 rows, and it's going to show you all these columns and rows. I don't have any rows, as I said before. ID, type of books, name of book, pages, author, publisher, city, and books before. So as you can see, you can add brand new columns this way. Let's say you want to change data type, right? You want to change data type. So if you want to do that, it's really straightforward. Of course, alter table, and just library, of course, and books, and alter column. So I'm going to use this alter column, and finally, let's say I want to change pages. Yeah, I want to change pages data type to integer. Pages and integer. So just emphasize this. So alter table, library.books. I want to alter the column, right? So you need to specify that. You need to determine what's going on and what you want to do. So just execute this. So if you want to see data types, you can just click right click here and just edit tab. No, not edit, sorry. Not this. Get rid of this. Double click and just design. And as you can see, I changed the data type of pages integer. So it's really straightforward, and you can see you can use also this user interface. But as I said, I hate to use user interface options. I highly, because I just got used to this, and I just love to use this options. But it's up to you. You can use whatever you want, and it's up to you, of course. So finally, let's say you want to just drop a column, right? And it's really straightforward. Alter table, and then library dot books, and then drop column, and then the name of the column, let's say pages. You can type just one column or a couple of columns, and I'm going to let's say drop city, and also book before, sorry, books underscore before. So just emphasize this and execute this. So finally, let's see what's going on. Do I have these two different columns, city and book before? Just say use asterisk from and library dot books, not just select. Yeah, execute this. So ID type of books. Yeah, I just got rid of this two column, city and books before. So finally, I'm going to show you how to change a column name. So alter column. No, not this, sorry. So if you want to change names, and if you want to change tables name, column name, you need to execute this. This is how SQL, Microsoft SQL Server works. Execute, and then sp rename, and then of course the column name. I am using library database. You don't have to specify this, but I just use it because I got used to this way. Library, my database name, and then my schema name, and library is my schema name. You can use also book stores dot library, and after that my, of course, column, I'm going to change pages. Let's say pages, and then comma. It's the same way here, and then the brand new column name, and let's say page. I'm just going to get rid of s, and then execute this. So what happened? Let's check to see bookstore pages. What happened? Let's get rid of this. So what's the problem here? And by pages. Check to see. Oh yeah, yeah. I see what's going on. I have to specify my table name, books dot pages. Yeah. So just sometimes you might face some problems, but it's okay. That's the way of learning things. And execute this, and as you can see, I just changed the pages column. So thank you so much for watching my this tutorial. This is how to drop, alter, and create a table. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you can like it, and I just want to share more videos. I just want to publish more videos, and thank you so much for being here, and see you later, and take good care of yourself, guys.